keep this short because I know that we have a lot of stuff to get done today with yearly deadlines, but we also just haven't had a meeting in a while. So just wanted to, check on all of you. Nice to see your faces. Okay. First, we have 2 new people on the team since we last met. That is Jennifer Morrison. She is here in the meeting, I can see. She's working Wednesday through Saturday. And then Alyssa is not logged in, but Alyssa Meyer is working with Meredith on the content stuff. I'm hoping you've seen in the past few days that we're able to get the content through quicker and that we're getting some more news content and wire content than we were before. So that is because we have Alyssa now and we're getting some advanced stuff done well because now we have Jennifer. We are officially fully staffed. So thank you all for everything in general. I appreciate you. We will probably end up canceling our next meeting because it's going to be like the day before Thanksgiving. So I'll tell you today that I am thankful for all of you, for all that you do, and especially all that you've done as we've worked through this whole Roxanne transition and all of the changes to the team. I know that none of that was easy on all of you, and I appreciate you working through it and getting us there and making sure we still got papers out every day. You're all fantastic, and just wanted to make sure that I told you that. So for holiday deadlines, so it's Veterans Day this week, so we've got a bunch of stuff due now, and then a lot of stuff with early deadlines tomorrow as well. So please make sure you're checking the email so that you know exactly what you're supposed to do. If your supervisor talked to you about changing your schedule, make sure that you remember what you're supposed to be doing as far as that. Thanksgiving, then in 2 weeks, we're going to have a bunch more changes for that, of course. Your team leader is going to be talking to you shortly if your schedule needs any kind of adjustment to accommodate those deadlines. And I know some of you, your team leaders already talked to you, but we'll just continue to have those conversations. And then we've got Christmas and New Year's coming up then in another month after that. Those deadlines should be easier because those are Monday holidays this year, and our Monday holidays primarily just mean that we get some Lakes Group stuff done early and that we get Rochester done the night before instead of Monday morning. And we have enough Monday holidays that sorry, I can't decide how I want to word the rest of that sentence because I'm superstitious. I'll just say that we're experienced in Monday holidays and you guys can sorry. And then once we get through those, then, we'll take January to try to breathe while we have our traditional smaller January papers, as the advertisers have already blown their budget for that quarter on the holiday stuff. And then we'll go from there. Weather graphics, we've had a lot of trouble with those lately, with them not having all of the information on them. Like the almanac won't be filled out, or the hours graphic will just have blank boxes instead of having the information in it. So those 2 are the ones that I've mostly seen. So please just keep an eye on your weather graphics once you place them, and let the hub manager on duty know that that there's a problem if there's a problem. I'll be talking to the weather team next week to talk about potentially, especially for some of those e-paper ones, just changing the deadline, because if we just move it back a little bit when we don't need it right away at that time anyways, that means we can get the information and then not have to keep asking for them to resend it because we don't have the information, and make our lives easier. And then just 2 more things I wanted to make sure we talked about. One is when you're proofing, and I know that you're all doing more proofing than you normally do with Mary out right now, make sure that you are always checking the modulist items for whatever publication you're working on to make sure that those were not overlooked. Even if the page doesn't say obituaries, like just check. There is that checkbox that says completed, like on that modulus page, but only the managers actually have edit access for that. So you don't need to worry about that checkbox, but just make sure that you're going in and double checking numbers when you are working on a section and when you are proofing pages. One thing that we're working on, but I've noted in Roxen that it's happening pretty much all the time now, is that whenever there's a subhead, the next paragraph is coming in as body unindented instead of coming in as just regular body. So please make sure that you are adjusting that to body when you see it pop up. And then, like I said, I'm working on a long-term fix, but for now, just be on the lookout for it. I do think if it's not fixed already, it should be fixed shortly. The problem that we've had of when you send a story between 11 p.m. and midnight and it says, oh, actually it's tomorrow, because the time zones are like messed up in there. So if that's not fixed already, it should be fixed shortly. So for those of you who are doing late stuff on those sports stories and getting as annoyed by that as the rest of us can imagine that you would be if your stuff kept showing up in the wrong date, even though you put the right date, should be fixed shortly. So, yeah.
Was that fixed since the weekend?
Yeah,
I
I got
know
an
it
email
happened a
about
couple
it
of times
on
on Saturday night.
Yeah, I
Okay.
got an email on Monday that they'd figured out what the issue was and we're getting it fixed. So, yeah, so it still would have been bad this weekend. So I'm hoping they can get that done for us sooner rather than later because, yeah, that's annoying. So that is what I have for today. Do you all have anything that you wanted to discuss or have questions about while we're all here? All right, in that case, Becca, if you can hang out for a minute because I have a question for you. The rest of you are good to go. So thank you.